Hello friends, I'm Larry with Rides Done Right, and we are at the Mac track today, and we're covering karts. And Keith, you're the director today. How'd it go?
That went pretty good. No red flags is always a great day as far as I'm concerned. That last Junior 2 race got a little close, but no, they all came in, no injuries. That, to me, is a great day.
And no rain, so we had kind of cloud overcast all day, which made for hopefully good photos, but other than that, I think the temperatures were pretty good. A little muggy, but pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So let's talk about the main group that was out here was World Formula. Is that what it's called?
Yes, World Formula.
Why don't you explain that a little bit? What is that?
It's kind of a spec class. It's a Briggs & Stratton motor that starts out life kind of as an LO206, but they're allowed to modify it a little bit. So it is faster. It has, I believe, 4 more horsepower than the LO206 does. It's certainly our most popular class out here.
Well, and they had a pretty big grid. So as today went, it had I think the biggest grid out here, and we were following Dakota. What's Dakota's last name? You know?
Greenland.
And Dakota did great. He won his first heat, the second heat, that last race, the main event. He was out there.
Brian snuck up on him, got him
right in the last 2 laps, and boy, he gave him a run out of that last corner to try and catch him, but. Yeah, that was a good race.
It was.
There were a lot of. I noticed too the premier races. All the folks that are here like to come to the wall and look over and check them out.
Yep.
That was some good racing. The other class that was after that was the
shifters, wasn't it?
The shifter class.
Yes.
And now that's kind of close to my heart because I went out and got a shifter kart last year and had brought it to the Mac track and had a little bit of experience with it, so I understand what it is those guys are dealing with. 125, and that's a lot of kart on this track.
It's a big handful out here.
And so we saw today that Mark Dahl was out here in his, and he did a great job today.
He really did.
I think he won both heats. And then won the main.
We won the main, yep.
And boy, did he win the main in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, that was a tight finish.
They were tight the whole race, and that last corner, guy comes right up behind him and then whips out beside him, and then they hauled for the finish line.
Yep.
Yeah, that made for some pretty great action. What was the other class is the junior? What's it? Junior 2.
LO206.
And that's the yellow. It's the
Briggs & Stratton motor.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
And that was a pretty tight group. I mean, you could throw a blanket over those kids.
Yeah, they kept that really close. I believe there was 8 of them out there, and it wasn't until halfway through before the back of the group even started falling off a little bit. That front just stayed.
Yeah, it was cool to see. What's the age group in that? Do you remember?
Oh shoot! I want to say. That's 11 to 16, I think. What? 12 to 15. 12 to 15.
12 to 15. So, well, and those kids. This is the crazy part about being out here is that when you think of that age in a lot of sports, you think, well, that's pretty young. But out here, you can't believe how mature the kids are on the track.
Yeah, a lot of those kids been racing since they were 5 years old. So.
Well, that explains a lot. So the racing, though, we saw great into the corners. We actually had really good access all day today, being able to get really tight on all the corners. You were pretty cool to let us get in there. I believe it was on the race when those guys came out from the grid that you let me pull in the middle of them and had them ride by me.
The World Formulas.
Yeah, the World Formula.
That should be some great footage, I'm thinking.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool. So that was pretty fun. But speaking of the kids, so we actually put one of our 360 cameras on Brecken's, and these two were both 5 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so they run in the kids kart class.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty exciting race too.
And they're getting pretty good. I mean, it's their first year out here, and yeah, they're getting pretty good at it.
It was pretty cool to see. I think that he maybe had the only spins of the day, and I think he spun probably every race.
And still won.
Still won. So spin and win, and he definitely did that today.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool to see. We were rooting for both of them, and they're great to see the sportsmanship. Really, not just the kids, but everybody was really good. I noticed on the track too that people were not overly aggressive. It wasn't, it was great racing.
One of the great things about karting that I've always loved is we're kind of a family out here. It's pretty unusual that you'll run into a guy that won't help you. Or, you'll be next to his pit and something breaks on your cart and, oh, no, I don't have this. And next thing you know, it's in your hands. In fact, the kid karts, I believe it was the first heat, Brecken went off and bent his sprocket. So Emerson finished the race, gets out, and I told, his dad, well, yeah, he bent his sprocket. And Emerson said, who bent his sprocket? Well, he did. And I got to help him. I got to go. He starts running the wrong direction, but, he did run back to his pit, got another sprocket, brought it over for the kid. And
that is so cool. It's so neat to see. And the other thing I liked about it, too, is that it wasn't like typical, like, Pee-wee baseball parents that are screaming at umpires and those kind of things. The parents got along, especially the kid. We noticed that the kids' kart parents, they were so cool with each other.
Yeah.
It just makes it like one big family, so it made it a lot of fun.
Yep.
Well, it made for a great day today, so we plan on being a part of this on a regular basis next year. We plan on covering one of your guys' bigger races, and PKA's been helping us with the last couple of years come to Mac and do let me practice on the track, and we come out here with some of the better motorcycle racers in the area, and we do interviews out here, so we love coming out here.
Yeah, it's a good facility.
So speaking of that, I think that we'll get off because I know you have been busy all day being the director, and you get to go play on the track now.
I get to play for the first time. 8 years I've been working at this track, and I've never actually made a lap on that thing except in the golf cart to go pick somebody up.
So wow!
Finally get a chance.
You
I
are
do road race.
So we'll hang around for that just because I want to watch. It'll be a blast watching you and see the grin when you get off. So it'll be real fun. But we thank you so much, Keith, for taking the time, and we encourage all you guys to watch and come out and watch the races with us.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.